and Dignitas fighting for World Championship life, fighting against their history, trying to bring it back to the foreground, folks. Let's get into the match. Dignitas versus NRG to stay alive.
Dignitas versus NRG, two teams, and what has felt like a million roster changes has all led up to this moment. Only one more round of Swiss for one of these two squads, and there's only one way to find out who gets to continue on now and who has to continue on today.
And roster changes galore of both teams trying to reach a higher peak than what they've shown before. Gyro playing over Evo. Of course, you guys know Aqua is here, but Stizzy is here to say hello.
That's a good start.
What on earth, Stizzy? All right, come in and let them know that it doesn't matter what roster change they have made. You are definitely the one to keep on the team. Dignitas coming out hot.
That is a hot start. Like, I'm still reading here, looking over at the game, and bro's off the ceiling. Can we relax? And this is a great
just started and
he's
already doing a peak shot.
Double limb from the last regional, where NRG made it out of Swiss beating Dignitas in Game 5 in that last deciding match. So NRG have been usually the gatekeepers to Dignitas, but revenge is looking sweet for the moment.
Yeah, there is one thing you gotta keep making mention of, and it is the fact that Gyro is back, and we're trying to see how big of an impact that has on this Dignitas squad. Because remember, when they came into the original split, they came in with Arsenal and Gyro duoing with like LF third, and then they took him out, and then they brought him back, and NRG has kind of done something similar on their end of the things. But for now, and Dignitas is prevailing.
Pressure is
in their favor.
Really incredible, but like NRG seems to be holding on pretty strong.
Like that,
they ain't panicking.
It out. This is definitely possible to do because the pressure continues for Dignitas. Arsenal kind of gets blocked on the sidewall there, giving some chance for NRG to move forward. Back and forth we go as Stizzy wants the second one and sets up Arsenal.
That was a good bump.
For the banger.
I love this. I mean, listen, if you're already up by one, might as well make it two. But
Stizzy's just playing really good for the team.
But I love the teamwork between it. Even trying to push that ball forward, still managed to get the bump out of the way just enough for Arsenal to be able to push it through, and 2-0 up in game 1.
So far, so good, but missed. Bringing it upstairs. Dog, what a pass, but what a save out of Stizzy. Man, he is
That's a good look for NRG, knowing that even though they're down by 2, knowing they have plenty of time, they can still do stuff like that. Oh, but that's another good bump.
But the follow by Arsenal is beautiful, and Dignitas are on a roll.
Stizzy with a great quick reset, Joe with a good beat, Stizzy with a good bump, and then Arsenal with the shot.
It wasn't a bad showing by any means.
It's just looking too one-sided right now. NRG just cannot get a good look at anything because Dignitas is just in such a good position for it.
NRG, you've got 3 goals to respond to, and yet have barely been able to break into the Dignitas half long enough to stay there and take some shots.
This is a win here is for a chance to make it to the final round, to get a look at top 8 for the first time in a while for these teams. Good backflip by Aqua, Garrett to his right, with Stizzy and Gyro in the way. And Dignitas won't even let NRG kind of stand up on 2 feet, even get the ball rolling at all as Gyro switches up the pace, makes the opponents look silly, just drops it off. Giving a chance now for Garrett and Aqua. Down the field they go. Gyro with the jump and Aqua to the corner. Garrett can get a great touch on it. So not much threat there from NRG.
Yeah, nothing too insane so far from NRG. It's really just them trying to figure out what you can do to slow Dignitas down for now. But something that makes me a little bit nervous is how close NRG have been kind of playing to each other, trying to just figure out what is going on at the moment. But you got just over 2 minutes left to go. You're still down by 3. It's not a bad thing, though, the fact that it's happening in game 1 to NRG. That means you're left with plenty of time in the series to still be able to try and come back. But my goodness, these follow-ups got to come in so much quicker than what they have been if they want a chance to try and put something on target. That was one of the closer opportunities there from Aqua, but Gyro with the save.
Ooh.
Dignitas know that they can just play defense at this point, and it's barely keeping these goals back. Now the counterattack's coming in quick as Arsenal takes this from his friend, and NRG managed to rotate back in time to not let anything through. Now 90 seconds left. It's not impossible for NRG, but it'd be some cope to think there's a comeback here. We'll see what the next minute will bring for NRG. That leader of Garrett will at least set them up through the corner, but Aqua kind of ran into Garrett, so the follow-up was late to the party. Now Garrett's trying to threaten the double, and Stizzy won't let it happen, so
That is it.
trying different options.
It is.
A defense
Breakaway, and Arsenal just finishes it.
Yeah,
Even though he didn't really need to.
things right now, but honestly, if you're pushing up even
That's,
just a
yeah,
bit
it's not
too
looking
close to
too
that
good for
midfield
NRG
line,
right now.
It takes one clear from Dignitas to be on target, and of course an Arsenal that's cheating up as well to completely take away any chance of NRG starting a comeback. You've got a minute left to go. Gyro tried to clear this one up in the NRG half. Aqua sending this one back and missed there to follow, but Arsenal's touch actually gave an opportunity for a shot there. It was just
Oh, and that's a
bit
good
high,
flick from
again,
Stizzy. Yeah.
nobody back. It's almost like
Oh,
NRG
it's just-
want to do the
It's just
high
an
risk, high
absolute
reward
disaster
kind of
for
play,
NRG.
where you want to be all up in the faces of Dignitas. You want to send somebody up to cheat and go get the bump of the demo. The problem is when you do that, if no shots or goals are coming in immediately after those plays, it's the easiest clear for Dignitas to put on target and give themselves another goal.
It's a lot on that third man of NRG when Garrett's going for a demo, as you said, and then the challenge missed out of the second man, and it's, you just can't have multiple mistakes happen. Dignitas have gotten a few too many open nets, and a 5-0 is very worrisome if you're an NRG fan, because you just know you've stuck around for this long. At some point they can come out with a win, but at some point
Whoa,
Stizzy
Stizzy.
makes it look disgusting.
Ooh. Oh my god.
I'm trying to figure out why, but honestly, he's not
Oh
even
my
questioning the
lord.
reset
That's the
over
EU
Garrett.
depth right there.
It's on the
Holy
mid, just
crap.
bounces up and down and in. 15 seconds and a 6-0
That and the
on
fact that the
NRG.
entirety of Dignitas is
That's
just
not
peeking
what
out
you
of their
want.
minds right
If you
now.
were Aqua, Garrett, and
Those
Mitch
two
were
mixed
scratching
together.
their heads going,
Oh my
what
god, I
is
thought
going on? How do we just
I thought that was
reset
just going in.
mentally headed
Jesus.
into game number 2 after all of that? But if you're Dignitas, don't change a thing. You give Stizzy the ball, you give him the space, and even let Gyro have a crack at it if he wants to, but this one's gonna hit the ground. Dignitas take game. Especially to come up against a team like Dignitas that obviously Garrett has been playing for years, the org in a sense, because obviously for those of us that have been around for a while, this is not the OG Dignitas roster by any means, but what you can say is he has played Arsenal, he has played Gyro, and to add Stizzy into the mix and for Stizzy to have the capability to pop off like we've been saying throughout game number 1.
Okay, Aqua.
This team looks like a
Okay.
threat.
Okay.
For them, though.
Yeah, NRG just got to forget about game 1. Did game 1 even happen? No. And look how things have turned around. Aqua leaving it to Mist.
It's a good start, but they need to keep up the momentum. They cannot stop
NRG
now.
get to kick things off when, remember in game 1 it was Stizzy that scored within the first 5 seconds off the ceiling, so the fact that NRG can have some revenge here is nice.
That was probably a little close for comfort for Dignitas off that one, and probably one of the more rarer times we've seen Dignitas a little stressed on defense. They quickly transition out of their half. This one's gonna float down over to Gyro. Gonna take his time there. Aqua with a challenge on him. Garrett wants to push this ball forward. No boost for Arsenal, but still carries out mid, and there it is, the big clear from Stizzy, immediately sent back, and it's a battle in the mid for control of this ball. Who's gonna be the first one to clear over and formulate some sort of a play, more than just a weak shot towards net? Stizzy reset.
Is he over
number
to
1.
Arsenal?
To follow up and hits the post.
Okay,
and
it's just
out.
anyway
It's
by Gyro.
to finish over Garrett. Tied game at 3:59.
Oh, Dignitas, this was part of a
Ooh.
long-term plan. They were boost-starving NRG, and eventually dwindling them down to nothing. And finding that equalizer is huge for them. Yeah, you can always give Stizzy the ball and let him do some freaky stuff off the ceiling, but you can also just play your game. And Dignitas weakened them to that point, but here's Garrett. coming
Okay,
up high.
Garrett.
Aqua putting it in reverse, but
Making them
sets up
super
Mist to
awkward.
score.
Was there a bump in net off this one? I can't quite say. It was just like the tiniest of hits between Arsenal and Garrett. And then Stizzy just got really awkward off that one, and it was just full taking advantage of the moment and the opportunity. And there you have it.
It's a good look for NRG, showing that game 1 blowout is not it for them.
Miss trying to take a challenge onto Gyro, not as successful as he probably would have hoped for it. Instead, this one falls into the hands of Stizzy. Challenge off of Garrett means this one goes to Aqua, and Aqua's going to carry over. Reset over Gyro, headed towards the net, but Arsenal to send off into the corner.
Okay.
Uh-oh, Stizzy didn't like how he handled that, but recovered well, and there wasn't an immediate reaction
Good
out
touch.
of NRG.
Arsenal's in a bad spot. Ooh, and Aqua with the clean double over Arsenal. Gyro had no boost, no idea where Stizzy was, and Arsenal was awkward as hell. Stizzy was just knocked back into him. Damn, okay.
What was basically inevitable. It was the double coming through off that one. 2-goal lead now, almost immediately turning potentially into 3. Thankfully, Stizzy got the bailout not once but twice. And now it's Dignitas on the flip side fighting for their lives.
I was not expecting that after the 6-0 game 1, but we knew that NRG needed to start playing the game. And now that they have, things look a lot closer. Arsenal not getting that second touch. Stizzy, no boost, can't help, but now we can. But NRG, solidly, but there's still so much time. It's still a long time for even Dignitas to catch back up with these very close call saves to still keep this within 2 for them. Now it's only Aqua back, and Arsenal just runs head first. Stizzy off the ceiling, used the reset to get above Mist, and Gyro waits for his moment to challenge Aqua. And NRG still do a good job, and even so, getting the demo relieves so much off of them with Dignitas on their back.
I was about to say, I think something that I would absolutely commend NRG on right now is the sheer amount of aggression that they're putting on the Dignitas to really slow them down and probably frustrate them, right? Every demo is disrupting the Dignitas rotations. You're messing with their game plans, and you're making it a lot harder for them to transition out of their own half. And there it is, Aqua just slowing things down. Nobody back on the defense. It's actually Stizzy with enough boost to
Can't give
get
Stizzy
around.
the ball.
Really lucky that Aqua was
Oh my god.
a tiny touch from the quarter post.
He didn't even have boost to get a good shot, and he still managed to pinch it in from that angle with an Arsenal fake.
Missing that, and then the 2-on-1, there's only so much Garrett
That's
can do
incredible.
in that moment.
Garrett did that so well though.
Try
and save that.
And I'm seeing NRG even
Just couldn't.
try to go for these setups, but the first and second man on that offense still need to connect more consistently. They had a good start, but like I said before, it's how you finish. And at least, like you said, NRG able to slow down some of this pace out of Dignitas, not letting the backboard get used, but Gyro catches it first off the midfield. It's gonna leave Garrett to do what he does. But dropping off the ball, NRG need to maintain possession if they want to create more offense than defense.
Exactly. I think being able to hold on to that ball would be super crucial to NRG being able to extend this lead, because for now it's a lot of these touches just falling into the hands of Dignitas. You saw it again. Stizzy trying to attempt the dunk off of it as well. Somehow NRG walk away with a save, but can they do it again? Yes, it's missed off from the goal line, trying to transition his team out on a shot. This one just high. It goes right back into the mid, and it immediately volleys back with Aqua. And Dignitas, you gotta stay in this orange half. You got less than a minute to go, and NRG are ramping up the pace.
Yeah, I think Dignitas tried to challenge when NRG took the ball high, and it's a good stop out of Gyro, and NRG smell blood in the water. They can get some insurance here. I could lock down game.
That's good. That's great by Mist.
NRG hope to equalize the series in the next 35 seconds.
This is exactly what I was talking about.
This is a great spot for NRG to take game 2.
Granted, Stizzy wasn't able to get up.
They just need to hold it. They probably will, but you never know.
Another bounce and Miss had what felt like all the time in the world to get to reset.
Oh, Miss with a dunk.
But he did it again. All the space in the world is being given to this player, and if you are Dignitas, that is a detriment to this game number 2.
Yeah, there were 2 players off Dignitas that had 0 boost, and we're probably trying to collect that and leaving, I think, Arsenal, who's the only one who had boost, to realize he was the 3rd man that could even get there.
Oh, and that's a save by Aqua.
Even with that, if that
Wow,
was a
wow,
goal,
wow.
there is just so little time left for Dignitas to find the dominance that they had in game one. But yes, it was Dignitas winning. It was also NRG almost barely playing together, which is the key, playing together. And we're seeing NRG make those improvements. And for now, game two,
that game one was really
and a
NRG's
landslide in
fault.
favor of NRG this time compared to how game one went.
Oh!
At the end.
Listen, just keep them going. Show Dignitas exactly who you are, and remind them any missed touches, any space given from the backboard results everybody's minds is, can you do it?
And what's the adaptation out of Dignitas, who thought this was going to be maybe an easy series starting off 6-0? You get to lay back and just see what are the changes coming out of the moment. Now it's Dignitas.
Who's going to take the lead in the series and go to match point?
NRG, oh my god, right out the gate swinging his missed after getting 4 goals in that last game. He is a threat on the field, you gotta
that was
respect.
close by Stizzy.
For now, we'll be 0-0.
It's Arsenal's car.
Missed off the back.
Ooh, bro, Mist is on fire on offense today.
The second mist is given any space
Wow.
on that backboard. Anything
Can't
that
give
comes
Mist
after
that kind of
shot is
space.
slotted. 1-0
That's
for
incredible
NRG.
from him.
Yeah, Dignitas, they attempt these challenges and then lose them in the worst of ways, where it results in a shot on an open net. And maybe you need more layers to this defense if NRG are going to vanquish you, not physically, but hey, it's a good lead for now. And you see that Dignitas have at least set themselves up on the orange half, as Stizzy looking awkward on the midfield. Now him and Arsenal are going to support each other, but it's not very comfortable and confident control, giving a chance for NRG
good
to just
save
throw
from
some shots
Stizzy.
down, and Stizzy has to go back.
I mean, you mentioned the word
Good touch from Arsenal, and Stizzy with the finish. Okay. Tied series.
Just a little bit there.
Tied
Having
series.
2 players in net and neither one being able to make
Tied
connection
score.
off this
Tied
shot
game.
here.
Jesus Christ, I got there in the
Stizzy
end.
is just around the corner. Tied game in game 3.
Holy counterattack. Like, as soon as I stopped talking, they scored. Like,
I mean, they heard you.
Well, good. I think all of us want a good series. We just want to see teams, if they're going to lose while playing their best. And now Aqua against Stizzy. It's coming in fast. Stizzy at least gets a touch to slow it down, and Mist dribbling it up high. All 3 below.
Getting scared of Mist.
NRG, they got him where it hurts. And it will be Garrett on the right, waiting for how Stizzy tries to clear this. And Aqua against Gyro, it's a dance in this blue wall until the demos come out to start physically removing NRG from their half.
It's kind of insane because every attempt to make a clear is resulting in a demo. Gyro sent up, double demoing, and still not getting anything off of it. Aqua clears this one out past mid into the hands of Arsenal, pops this one up, attempt over to Gyro, but Mist is just faster. Stizzy somehow able to collect this one. Arsenal, great follow-up there, just lurking behind him. Tried to go
That's a
low,
great
Garrett
dunk from
had
Garrett.
Read beautifully, and hopefully this can turn into a counter for NRG. If not, I think it's just another Dignitas transition play. Gyro trying to keep this one low, goes under Aqua, tries to get the 50 off, and Arsenal.
That's a great
shot.
50.
And there you have it.
Arsenal was
Dignitas
ready for it
back
too.
in the game.
That's so unfortunate for NRG because they just came off of a demo.
Mist tried to get back to save him. Instead, he just helped it go in.
You just can't have demos if you don't have the ball, and NRG
That's
gotta be on the
unfortunate.
same page and break the glass and hit red alert 911 if things are not working out. But Dignitas don't even let them have time to think. They'll have the lead. And Arsenal's been bringing that energy to kick off the offense. And Gyro almost with a chance. It's coming off the ceiling. And the clears happen for NRG, and maybe not just that, a counterattack is missed. Second touch is shut down. And this game is heating up.
There's Gyro around the corner. Couldn't quite do anything with it. Arsenal just tried to drive it upfield, but instead it's
that's
a redirect
in.
from Aqua at mid
Okay.
to tie things up for NRG.
Caught out the
I've said
defense
it
and just
once,
gave a
I'll
nice
say it
little whip
million times.
right into the
You
net.
give this NRG squad an inch, they will take
Yeah, they all
a
push up too
mile.
much.
You have to be so prepared on
Okay.
the back end for these clears at this point, and if you are not,
Bro,
well,
that car is
I
so
don't know what
weird
to tell
looking.
you, Dig. They've done it to you.
It kind of looks nice,
multiple
but then the
times.
wheels are so
At some
ugly.
point, you gotta learn.
And it's like Stizzy that's been playing more third man this game when he was that the player on fire before. Now Dignitas still having to decide who can protect their net when things go awry in the midfield. And
Jesus, Dizzy.
pointed out this happens a few times, and Dignitas
Not
will learn
leaving it
eventually,
alone.
right? But Garrett is handing the ball now to the other team, hoping that his second man finds the bounce, but it's Dizzy and Arsenal, 2v2, running into Mist. Gyro with the shot, but a better save out of NRG to keep this still 2-2. But Gyro left with the ball, and Garrett comes back in time.
That was a good save from Garrett, but
Seems
Gyro
safe for
should
now,
have probably
right?
finished
Arsenal
that
at
because
least
that
bump
wasn't
him
that
off the
great.
ball, and Stizzy
Of a
thinks
touch
there's
in
a
the end.
chance. Arsenal trying to bump Mist, and Gyro lands it off the backboard.
Well,
NRG
okay, it was a good touch and a good save, but like,
so scary, and it still is.
that's in? Okay.
Finally,
That's such a tight angle for
find their way
Stizzy.
through. I know everybody
Not angle,
watching, you were
that shot.
holding your breath for the last 30 seconds. There were 3 times that
Jesus.
ball should have
Moving
went into
on
the
from
net,
whatever I
and it
was
was
trying to
all
say
because
before.
of a low boost that Dignitas could not push that ball forward. And finally, my man Stizzy clutches up, but it's up to Mist to tie things here. Garrett, he knows Gyro's lurking on the backboard, tries to pass his one over to Aqua.
Oh my
Backboard,
God.
it's his if he wants it, trying to reclaim the shot, and the power is missed, but Gyro, he's got to try and make a clear out of this one. For now, Dignitas can only hold on to a 1-goal lead, and a bump and a play from Garrett are not going to come into play here. It's 1 minute left, and somehow Dignitas are fending off NRG.
Oh, just when NRG were starting to ramp up too. They can't afford much else. Dizzy bringing the ball down low. Aqua with a great defensive read. NRG can now reassemble the troops. And Gyro's attempts to dunk there. They gotta be careful for where Dignitas are flying about. Now NRG are gonna need to help Mist a bit more on these transitions. And there's 30 seconds left. Gyro makes the save. Here's Mist with the second touch off the sidewall to shake up Gyro. Gyro doesn't know how to, or Garrett doesn't know how to be involved, but this time...
Dignitas just need to hold on, but
Arsenal,
NRG are trying to start. They're starting to do the squeeze.
Mist with the second touch towards the back wall. It lacks power.
Good touch by Gyro,
NRG
wasting more
lacking
time.
potential,
Good second
but
touch
still
from
will
Gyro.
have to try and get this
Ooh,
done.
but that might be in.
The shot, Aqua with the attempt
Oh
to
my
redirect,
God.
still not
And it's
gonna
down because of that.
happen. Dignitas
Wow.
take the game.
Oh
I
my
have to
God.
give the biggest applause. New champs, like having M80 on top. It is a world for change right now. It is anybody's win if they want to claim it, and that's exactly what Dignitas are trying to do, claiming that win over NRG as they sit on match point.
Oh, don't let Gyro have this ball. I love how close Arsenal plays to his teammates too. Like there's always a follow-up touch and not just immediately being dispossessed. So it helps create more options. For now, it seems Dignitas are a bit trapped, waiting to see how they can react against NRG. But Stizzy's getting shoved around. Gyro's close enough to salvage the moment. Now Stizzy just needed more power, but you can't get through Mist. Now Garrett up the sidewall wanting to run into Gyro, manages to get the ball before he gets hit. And Dignitas got to be careful still.
Yeah, you're definitely trying to play a little bit more of a patient game this time if you're Dignitas. Nothing too risky. Just let the opportunities arise and then take advantage of them. Now, granted, that was one of them. It was Gyro trying to find Stizzy. Couldn't quite find him off that one, but Stizzy's not going to let the play die here. It's Mist trying to kill this one. Aqua attempted clear, but Arsenal's touch keeps this one in the corner, and this one could float down. It's a center from corner from Stizzy. Instead, it falls into the hands of Aqua. Aqua to carry over, and NRG start their counter.
NRG's defense so stubborn there, and it feels like Dignitas are setting up camp, looking for houses in the area. That's how long they're staying, and it continues as Arsenal makes the shot. Garrett gets a hand up in time. Stizzy's off the ceiling again.
Stizzy,
as
bro.
Arsenal tucks Mist into bed.
Stizzy
When it comes
really
to
just,
his position
he
in
wants
the
to
net,
win
still
right now.
NRG unbury themselves from this moment, but it's not like the counterattacks are getting them goals either.
No, it's definitely been a little bit more work than I think Dignitas was anticipating.
Ooh,
but
Gyro with a double.
Gyro puts in the work. He was given the ball. He took it to the backboard. He saw
Good
nobody
pass from
was there to
Arsenal.
defend.
Gyro
And
knew
while
exactly
Dude
what he
took
needed to
advantage
do.
of the space he was given,
That was
found
perfect
the
for
shot
him.
opportunity and gave Dignitas the lead.
So Only so much NRG can do. They're constantly saving, reacting. It's about time that Dignitas scored after how fruitful their offense looked now
They
in the
already
first
showed
2
the
minutes.
G2 3-0 win against
There's still
TSM.
signs of life out of NRG to come back.
And for how good TSM are playing, the fact that they've made it all the way, they're in game 5 now is actually crazy.
That's Arsenal and Stizzy.
Didn't see that one coming.
See how Miss is gonna challenge this against Garrett.
Although to be fair,
it doesn't happen
same
for
could go
Dignitas
for
quite yet.
Dignitas here.
But Gyro will
At least
keep
from
the
what
play
I've seen
going,
in
and
this
Garrett
game,
has
they've
to
been
catch
playing
up.
very
Stizzy
good, and this
take the
is
boost
how they've
at
been
the
playing
corner.
all
Wait to
day.
see how NRG
I was also
try to
surprised that
escape.
they made it all the way
Dignitas have
to
been so good at keeping them locked in
game
that
round
second,
5.
in that half. It's been impossible for NRG to escape.
Yeah, this has been pretty interesting seeing NRG on such low boost. I think Dignitas is just playing really great pathing right now to take everything away from them, and also just forcing NRG to use everything that's in the reserve, right? They're slowing this game down for NRG to a point where it is pretty much uncomfortable for them, and it's extremely difficult for them to get out of their half. This is the first time we've seen it, and it's a pass over to Garrett G off the crossbar and out, and that was one of the better opportunities we've seen. And as quickly as it came, it went, and there you have it. It's Dignitas back in control.
And if NRG are going to play this forever defense, then the slivers of opportunity they have to execute. Well, they've registered 2 shots all game. Like, it's looking dire for NRG. They're only down by 1, so it's not the worst position ever. But Charo's using the reset to now get off the wall there, and Stizzy tries to recenter this. So still go back to Dignitas' hands. Now pinching it off the wall to Stizzy. Great read. Aqua's already jumping for it. Gets a good enough clear for NRG and something
This is
to
looking
work
good
with.
for Dignitas, but at the same time, it's only a 1-goal game. Could still easily switch to NRG's favour in no time. They need to get a securing goal or just hold off, I guess. But
slow shot and a quick counter
ooh,
for Dignitas.
Dizzy.
50 there, enough space for
Gyro's
Gyro
just
to
up
make
for
it
that
challenging.
quickly.
Again, even on low boost, Dignitas comes out on the other end successfully in terms of keeping this ball where they want it, and that's in the NRG half, wasting the time that NRG so desperately need to be able to formulate a play.
Dignitas are going for these 50s so close to the net.
Ooh, that demo could have been nice.
If NRG
The
approaches the
Gyro was
wrong way at
back, and
any
no
moment,
NRG player
Dignitas
was
can
up
just
for it.
dunk them, and NRG have been able to get out of their own half now a bit easier in these last minute, and you just need one to find OT.
Oh my god, and it's in!
But that's how it's gonna get done.
That was a good pass, and then missed with the slaughter. Good pass from Garrett G. Nice touch to get a good shot from this. That was good. That was really good.
Clearance to send that ball on target, and that's exactly what they did. 27 seconds left, trying to get one off the kickoff. It's just wide here, but can they keep it going? Aqua stealing and down to Garrett. Nothing coming out of play. Instead, it's a clear back, but Miss drives it forward. Arsenal, no boost off the backboard, but still manages to keep a save. You got 9 seconds left in regulation here, and Garrett's in control from the corner. Can Miss slow things down to keep it at least in their favor, enough to take one more shot? They're trying to do it, but it can't go in. Defense is too strong. This one can float, but Arsenal will
And now we got
and it's
OT.
overtime
Okay.
for match point for Dignitas.
It would be so crazy if Dignitas lost this after being in. Yes, it's only a 1-goal lead, but the way that they were controlling this game for so long, NRG.
That's not a great touch for Aqua. Arsenal,
but they
or
gotta stay
that
sturdy
low,
here on this
that low
defense.
play was so
They do
close
so
to
for
being
now.
very good. That
Gyro
was
can't
definitely
be
the play he
missed.
needs to make
Into
there.
the orange
But
half we go with Garrett trailing behind and missed bumping and making Dignitas look uncomfortable. But Stizzy takes the ball high in order to avoid NRG. 30 seconds in, it's Aqua with a touch off the sidewall, kind of running into
Aqua
Miss.
with a
That's
great
okay.
touch there.
steps up
Garrett can
when
finish it
Miss-
because
or when
there was a
Stizzy's still trying to
defender
control
back.
the ball, so NRG trying to harass Dignitas a little bit more, and this offense is gaining confidence, and Aqua down the ceiling, missed! Was so
No
close.
way!
How is this not in for NRG?
Oh
It's
my
pure panic at this
god.
point. That one goes crossbar
What the
down
hell?
and back out, and Dignitas
That was
are
so
still
close.
in the game. You're a minute into this one, and like you said, NRG have made Dignitas look uncomfortable, but that doesn't excuse the fact that at times NRG can get panicky. He got enough to
Aqua!
and he's successful.
Great double.
Aqua are taking NRG with him to game 5.
Nah, how does NRG win this and we go to Champions Field? Yes, it was 1-0 for Dignitas this 5, C9 and Knack going to 5. Everyone is out for blood, okay? We're saying goodbye to a lot of good teams today, and there's only so many chances to get to London and the World Championship left, but for now, we'll zoom back in on Champions Field for Dignitas and NRG.
Guys, make a million tabs open, but right now this one is one of the more intense, and I say that respectfully because these two are grudge matching against each other right now. You are in game 5. Dignitas, NRG just trading back and forth the wins, and nobody wanting to cheat up just enough on Dignitas to try and play this. I think they want to play the safer game in this game 5. I'm sure that's what most teams are going to do. You don't want to risk it.
Oh, and that's just a runaway for Arsenal.
It's
okay.
fine, because Arsenal, his shot was enough to clear out.
Stizzy cleared out, missed too. Jeez. Good physical play out of Dignitas to get on the board early. But maybe I'm just growing to be a hater now, because Dignitas, they had a lead last game too, and they lost at the last second. So Dignitas need as much cushion, as much insurance as possible. Whatever it takes. Look at NRG coming and swinging. Garrett, full boosting for that. Now needing to full boost back, at least missed. Third man, not let Dignitas have that space and time.
Here's Mist. Gonna slow things down just a little bit. Arsenal with a challenge on him, but his touch actually sends this one back, which could have turned into
That's
a
great touch from Stizzy.
What
just happened?
Shot opportunity, the world's tiniest double off the crossbar, if that even counts. But
What the hell was that touch first? I was like, well, what happened to Aqua? Because he just didn't read it properly, because that touch was really weird.
We're just waiting to see.
Fair enough, I guess. Yeah.
Well, there's the insurance we hoped for. I have taken the time to gain some hope, some cope. Never mind.
That is the faster, crazy
Jesus, Garrett.
Oh, shut up now. I'm sorry.
Calling insurance at 4 minutes on the clock is insane.
They needed one more to just make you feel like Dignitas actually had a lead.
By the way, that Snowman Jinji match was a potential reverse sweep. Snowman went 2-0 down in that series and then came back to make it all the way to game 5.
Out of Swiss. It's Arsenal circling around, got Aqua jumping for it. All 3 in the net though of NRG. Not too worried, but it's how these midfield scrambles and the who's first on the ball that helps the transition go forward.
OG win.
The offense can catch the other off guard. Dignitas have been winning that for now, just like they did before. They have a lot of offensive chances.
That's a good shot from Gyro.
That is such a huge reset. I love it. Gyro pops it to himself off the sidewall, and he saw that Aqua might have gone up towards him, but instead Aqua actually got a little bit like mind tricked and went low, and Gyro just said, look, all I gotta do is reset, and this one is clear to go in, and that's exactly what he did. This, I would call potentially an insurance goal, but there's still over 3 minutes left in this game 5, and it's potentially going to turn into a 3-goal lead here as Arsenal puts this one in.
Sissy with that nice reset over Garrett, and then an extra touch over Aqua, and then Arsenal just finished it.
I wanted to see it a second time just to confirm the whiftiness, but all good. And when NRG didn't score off the kickoff too, then we were very sure it was insurance for Dignitas. 4-1, lots of time left, but NRG can't let that happen, especially when there's multiple layers crumbling.
There's a lot of depth to this game, to be sure. Here's an attempt to drop this one down to a teammate. Instead, it's missed over Stizzy. Aqua there to try and take it back, but who's the follow-up? It's Gyro beating out anybody trying to beat him out. This one, 50's back into the NRG half, which could be bad for them, although no connection is not a good thing, but Stizzy has enough chance to keep this one going forward. It's an attempted shot there from Arsenal, but it gets saved and sent out. And Dignitas, you got a half a game left to go. You just play the best defense of your lives at this point to keep going.
That's what I felt that with the recovery. so good to make the follow-up save in a 1v2 scenario. So yeah, you saved that moment, but you got 3 goals to make up for if you're NRG. Then you're getting demoed in the half, 3-on-2, Stizzy against Aqua. The staring match with the reset to Gyro, a little bit high, Miz chasing it. Arsenal wants to carve through the left side. Keeping NRG trapped is still a viable strategy. Stizzy's off the ceiling trying to challenge Aqua here, and it works out. Him and Arsenal work against Mist, but it's enough time for Aqua to get a jump, and now they're both double committing for this.
Arsenal!
A few more touches. We'll take it.
Listen,
Okay, Arsenal.
there's the backboard defense missed. I know you're like technically there, but Aqua took you out, man. You guys gotta communicate a little bit better because he looks like your op right now, okay? He was not on your side in that play by any means. And the other thing to take note of, because the fact that this is a 5-1 scoreline right now, and NRG have 90 seconds to find 4 goals. This
Ooh,
there,
okay, what a
not
dunk
only
from
is that-
Aqua.
Hey, listen, no, listen. Not only is that NRG's second goal, that's also only their second registered shot. So technically, yes, you are on 100% shooting in Game 5. That is not a good thing, okay? That is not a good thing. I need to see a couple more shots on target to kind of put this ratio in your favor a little bit here, especially
NRG are
if
just
Stizzy is
not.
keeping this one NRG side.
They're not the NRG that we saw in Game 2, that's for sure.
Signs of their peak showed us that they can level up, that they
That's
can
unfortunate.
reset the composure. There's been so many
If that
mistakes in
NRG
this
stayed
game,
the
and
whole
it's created
series,
a
that
gap
could
in
have
the
easily
score that
been
seems
an
impossible
NRG
to
win, but
overcome in at least a minute.
seem to have
And
lost
how
it in this
good
last
those
game, and
adaptations
Dignitas
come
have just
about
run
in a
away with
minute,
it.
while also staying calm
It
to
is
stay
possible
locked
still,
in.
but the chances are very
Dignitas
low.
will negate the storm for now.
So right now they
This
score
one,
one every
like,
20
won't let
seconds,
Arsenal get to this ball
and the
first.
first set of 20 seconds is already
NRG
pretty
are
much
giving
gone.
up too much quite yet. They just need a shot on net, and then maybe that'll be a 3rd goal based on how the stats are going. But NRG or Dignitas are the ones with possession, so precious time is being wasted.
Earlier in the series, I said that calling NRG anything in favor of them copium was not fair to them.
Yes, this is just
And
wasted
I
so
take
much
that
time
back.
there.
You
That's
got
just
20
it.
seconds to find 3 goals.
No
At
way
this
they're
point,
coming
it is
back now.
Full-blown cope. To try and think that there is a chance left in this Game 5 right now. 10 seconds left to go
Husk mid.
before NRG are sent home and out of the Swiss. I believe you can correct me if I'm wrong off that one, but I think that is true. Dignitas, Gyro pops this one up. One for the road home to go 6-2, and GG's
That's
across
just
the
a
board.
GG.
Dignitas, redemption
Well
arc
played to
has
NRG,
ensued.
making it all the way to Game
Came out
5, but yeah,
successful, and
Dignitas in the end just were the more
NRG
dominant
won.
team.
The script writes itself. Too. The
GG's.
fact that Gyro steps up as the new